Greetings, fellow foresters. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story, episode 50, Tapping Trees. Now, if I wanted healing, with all this horsetail around, let's get a little horsetail. One in Rome. Because it'll help my hunger. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, you use nutrition or food to recover from injuries. So if you're injured, your food depletes much faster. So if you don't want to have to keep eating, healing with medicine or something will help. On the flip side, if you want to fill up your nutrition so that you can have more HP, total HP, it would actually help to take a whole bunch of injuries that are non-fatal, so that you require more food and therefore can fulfill your nutritional needs. Because eating above your nutritional max, or eating in, you can only eat until you're full. Anything beyond full, and it's not helpful anymore. So, yeah. Also, if I wanted to save on food, having my torch, holding my torch manually is probably not helping me, now that it's daytime. You can see the kind of investment that like a properly big windmill is. Takes a lot of work. It's very rewarding when you get it done, though. I will say that much. Hi, Fox. Another tool that could help with this would be shears, because I could trim the trees quickly with shears. Because shears are best to get rid of the leaves. And then I could check the trees fast. Some of the pine trees are like tall like this, and they're a little easier to check. But the ones that are like stubby and bushy, a little bit harder. So one more resin, and I should have enough for the gear itself, the gear assembly for the large gears. But then I'm also going to need a rotor, and probably at least an angled gear, and maybe an axle as well. So the rotor requires resin and fat, and then the axle requires fat. So I'm gonna need 9 at least. The sails themselves don't require resin though, as you can see. So, and I didn't mark that last tree, did I? Wait, which tree was it? Oh no, I'm where I have previously marked trees, I think. Yeah, because I had marked this one down, and then there's one down here that I had marked down a while ago as well. But it was already marked? Yeah, I'm totally blanking. I should be marking all of them down. Yeah, I see the resin from here. This is exactly why you mark these down, because instead of like wandering around in a forest forever, you can just go back to marked trees, and oh, so much nicer. So I need at least bare minimum one more resin to get the gears, and I think that's it, right? Because I need 4 gear sections, so that's 8 apiece, and then these get crafted into a larger gear section, which does not require resin. It requires an axle, which is animal fat, which is different. That will require hunting. Bundle of bamboo sticks. Okay. There's probably bony soil around here somewhere, but I'm going to mark this down as vessel that is cleared, which is the black color. There's a lot more pine trees over that way, so I'll wander over that way. I'll probably get the resin I need. This was tin, cassiterite. Let's get a new prospect for that. Decent ilmenite, very poor cassiterite. Wow. I feel like my reading was Oh, I wrote TI as titanium, not as tin, because tin is stannum, which is SN. Okay, no, I had marked it correctly previously. Just, yeah. Just confusing myself. So my guess is, right when I get home, the temporal storm's gonna, like, wallop me. That sounds about right. I have another resin tree marked down to my south that I'll check to see if it's replenished. Oh man, this is a little bit of a resin forest. I love it. Hell yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see... Actually, there's a new commands... Where's my command guide? Wait. Oh, maybe you have to be in, creative mode for that. Hold on, let me try that. Game mode 2? Command handbook. Yeah, there it is. Waypoint. So if I wanted to automatically add waypoints, I could do waypoint add at icon pinned position pinned color title. But does this have a list of the icons? What I'm looking to do is to have like a chat command that can waypoint resin trees the way they're supposed to look. That way I could just like copy and paste that in. So I'm looking at the wiki right now. So excuse me for 1 second. Why? It's not telling me the list of icons that I can use. I would assume it's just tree. Oh! Possible waypoint icons are circle, bee, cave, home, ladder, pickaxe, rocks, ruins, spiral. I could use spiral, I guess. So let's try that. On the next tree that I find. So I'd mark this one down as resin producing. Unless I misclicked, I don't really see... Oh, I'm still in creative mode. Game mode... Oh, let me fix this tree. I feel bad. Pine... No, just a regular pine log. Where... Oh, here it is. And then game mode 1. Okay, tree's fixed. Was it this tree? This tree's like a bush. I don't think this is resin producing. And there's like not an adjacent tree that makes sense. Oh, no, there it is. It's just, it's been harvested. So one more resin to see if the automatic waypoint icons will work. It's also something that I think I'm going to use if I set traps for animals. So rather than having to mark down every single trap that I put down, I could use a waypoint command for, like, trap. And mark traps down way more easily. On pine trees. Come on, pine trees. Just one. Oh, here we go. So let's try this. Waypoint. Add at eye. Spiral. About 0, about 0, about 0. I don't know how to do pinned. False. What color would you say it is? Let's do orange. And then resin. Yeah, there we go. It's a spiral, because apparently tree is not a valid icon. Well, that worked. That's kind of nice. And I think we see some more. What if I tried tree? Hey, tree works too. Stupid wiki lying to me. Okay, so we have a command. It's long, and as far as I know, I can't copy and paste it, but it automatically, you know, I can just hit bash slash and then up, and it marks it automatically. So let me fix that spiral, because that's just going to be confusing. Orange or yellow, doesn't really matter to me. You know, it stands out enough. And clearly this pine forest is, like, awesome, because I'm finding lots of resin here. That and it's gravel and sand fields, so it's very easily traversed. I'm not going to, like, stumble into a bear, because I'll be able to see it from a ways off. Current rift activity, very high. Yeah, we're ramping into a temporal storm of sorts. Noted. Another reason I'm happy I'm wearing my armor. So while I'm out here, I'm just planning on getting, you know, scanning a few more trees, making sure that if there is more resin around here, I mark it down, I grab it, and then going back and making that giant gear. Which also probably will require me to cut down some trees. I could use the macro editor, yeah. I'd rather just have, like, a notepad for copy and paste. Well, there's resin there. Alright, let's do something about that. I probably should have used a material that gravity didn't affect. Gravel is kind of famously falls. Yeah, okay. But I'm already in... Are we missing something else for the windmill? Yes, probably missing missing animal fats at the very least. How to get resin with extreme amounts of effort. Yeah, very stable building material, gravel. The beautiful thing, though, is when I come back for more resin, it's going to be very easy to identify where the heck the resin is, because I've built a massive ladder to get to it, and then dropped gravel on my head. Here, you know what? Pop my gravel. Boom. Marked it down. All right, temporal storm is imminent. Probably the best way to actually weather a storm is to hunt, just to keep on the move so that I'm not easily bogged down by stuff. Is that a double head? Oh god, that's a double-headed. Ah! You guys don't understand how much damage they do. That's another resin tree. Resin, you'll have to wait. We do need more oak for brine. True. So here you can see the benefits of... Here, I'll just, for your sake. You see the difference? Being able to turn that down? I think normally it'd be like a, what, 100%, I think is default. And I'm just going to turn that off. Two-headed drifters have great loot if you survive. Big if. I don't think I would. I think I would be smushed into a some sort of strange liquid very quickly. Well, the seemingly very awesome area for resin trees is truly not that far from the base. That one was already marked down, that's why I knew it was there. So when we need more resin, I'll just go southwest. And there was still more trees that I just didn't even get to, because I would have died trying. And, I didn't want to die, so, you know, I ran. Make sure that this room is illuminated enough. Okay, gears. I'm gonna need planks for this, and I don't think I have the wood for it. I know that there's, like, scary things creeping around, like, literally just outside. I'm fully aware of that. So what else am I gonna need from this box? Resin, sticks, so a lot of sticks. Take a stack of sticks. There is so much nasty happening right outside. It's scary. This is oak, so I don't want to make boards out of that. I'll make pine boards, but I need to cut down a pine tree, which, for reasons I think you all can understand, I don't think is a viable goal at the moment, because I'm stuck. I'm stuck in here. So, how do you like my little cellar? I'll organize a little, you know, because seems like I'm not going anywhere for a minute. Ha ha ha! I am Houdini. What kind of storm did it say it was? Oh, it's a light storm, so it won't be very long. Hey, Mindsteddle, thank you for the resub. Welcome to the storm. Oh, I am getting some leather very soon. We can turn that into a bow. I don't have the flax twine for that. I actually, part of me feels like I might not even make a bow until I've got like a working windmill, because they're using the same material. Run! Actually, there's some in the water. Where'd that pine tree go? Wait, where am I? What reality is this? Ah! Cut faster. Some of these guys aren't like super high level, but some of them are. And I don't want to get whacked by the strong ones. Can we go hug the giraffe? The thing is, it's kind of like a rainbow where you just never get to it. I think. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Oh, apparently I like to plant pine trees here. I want to cut down some more trees, but like, I don't... Okay, seems to be waning. Cool. So as long as I play it safe for the remainder of the whatever's left of this storm, I should be alright. Alright, here we go. A pine tree at the top of a hill, easy to see things that are trying to kill me. I'll cut this tree down like I'm playing Rust. Anyone that has played Rust knows what I'm talking about. You gotta pan around everything that you do, you pan around like a paranoid, a paranoid, like, drug seeker. Because everyone's trying to kill you with rocks and stones and guns and sticks and everything. Alright, there we go. Way more calm. I survived the storm. Alright, back to the sail. Rust, the most toxic game out there. You know what's funny about that is, like, I've had a lot of non-toxic interactions in Rust of, like, generosity and kindness and cooperation. And then also people that just, like, spawn camp forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And everything in between. Alright. We are going to need a saw. So what I'm looking to do is just get a functional windmill working, and then we can spruce it up, make it look nice. But first iteration is just like get it functional. So gear. The large gear sections, it's 12 sticks, planks, gear, saw, chisel, hammer. So hammer, chisel, saw, planks, sticks, resin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't exactly have room for everything. Wait, I do? Okay, the game says I do. Let's hang the axe back up. I don't need to hold on to that. So yeah, I have the gear sections, and then to make one of these bad boys, it's a wooden axle, which requires a lump of fat. I don't believe I have a lump of fat. Oh, I should have used the copper chisel, but there will be more opportunities to do that. So for now, what I'm going to do is put this stuff away and do a little bit of hunting. Because without some extra fat, I'm not going anywhere. And no, I do find you funny. I like the tree puns. Sprucing up the windmill, even though I'm using pine. I like that. I'm full of bad puns and dad jokes. As luck would have it, I would like to go hunting, but it's like just turning nighttime. So it's also like the worst time to start hunting, I think. Well, I said I needed Pete. It was an okay pun. Yeah, I like that one too. I think what I'll do before I go hunting is to set one trap. Just as like a proof of concept. And to show you the process, it's really simple. Take a reed chest. Grab a stick. Prop the chest open to make a reed basket trap. Grab some bait. I'll use a carrot. And we'll set it up. I will just put it here where it's like close to home. Easy to find. Realistically, I should probably place it over here where I've marked down that they're chickens. But at some point, I'll probably dig out like a chicken pit if I want to start domesticating the chickens. That wasn't voted on, so I'm not going to deviate from the plan. So the current plan right now is to continue working the windmill by hunting for fat. But I will give you, because it's been about an hour, the opportunity to change my priority if you want. So if you want me to instead start trapping for fat, I can pivot for that. So vote in the chat. You got 2.5 minutes. Or something else. If you want me to preserve fruit, because I have a lot of honey, and it's becoming late. It's October 1st, actually. So soon, I won't have the opportunity to... I won't even have the opportunity to pick fruit. So that window is closing fast. Although doing it right now in the dark is probably the wrong time to do it, because I would need to pick a lot of fruit bushes, and I'm not going to be able to see where I'm going all that well. Oh, is this oak? But I'd marked down that there were chickens near here, so if I wanted to dig like a chicken trap around this area would be good. Trying to think if there was a close area of the map that had a lot of hunting potential. I can't recall one. That doesn't necessarily mean there isn't any. Walnut. Oh, nice. Don't find a lot of walnut trees. Except for now I'm surrounded by them. Sleep till day. I personally don't really like passing time like that as a personal preference because of how quick the seasons will go if you do stuff like that. So I choose not to pass time unless I absolutely need to, which I almost never absolutely need to. High cassiterite. See if there's anything visible on the surface. Alright, Windmill. So we'll just keep doing what we're doing. It won by small margin, and then maybe I'll repoll sooner than an hour from now. See if changing it up is preferable. I wanted one more prospect, because this looks like a big cave. Actually, this looks like a familiar cave. I feel like I've been in here before. Yeah. I think this is where I found my cassiterite, actually. Isn't it cassiterite? Yeah. Let's get out of here. And that would not be out. This would. Oh, this is treacherous. Yeah, somewhere to the north tends to be... I tend to... Ooh, bees are this close to the base? I tend to get attacked a lot when I go north. I also just heard clucking. I'll mark these down. I don't think I have need of a wild hive, but I might as well stick it on the map. Hey, bunny. Oh, wow. I was not expecting to get that close, because while wearing armor, they outrun you. So if you click the bed by mistake, so it depends on server settings. By default, you can't sleep during temporal storms. It's a server setting. So that, like, I won't wake up if I go to sleep right now is just a message of saying you're not even allowed to sleep during a storm, during temporal storms. If you play on different settings other than standard, it might allow for it. But in my game, there is no sleeping during storms. So the other thing is, I don't necessarily want to kill sheep super close to the base, because if I ever want to do animal husbandry or animal domestication, and I'm killing all the sheep that I live near, it's gonna just make it harder to do. But historically, I would say, being in this neck of the woods, I usually get attacked by wolves pretty often, and bears. So, like, maybe wolves and bears will pay me a visit, like the Tooth Fairy, and come and try to munch on my bones. Heard something. This also would have been made a little bit easier if I had a lantern, I think, because my view distance is not great with a torch, but spending a lot of time... Oh, hey, bunny. Spending a lot of time making a lantern when I'm, hammering out ingots into plate. Maybe it's worth it, but it is a bit of invested time that a helve hammer... I'm gonna accentuate that word. Helve, so everyone knows what I'm talking about. A helve hammer will cut down the construction time considerably if it's producing work. Because it's possible that we... Okay, so there's sheep here. I'm gonna mark that down. We're still close to the base. And, and they were low weight. They weren't decent weight. I think what I need to do... What time is it in game? 10 or 11 p.m.? Is to travel back to the cursed area. Because if anything, that cursed area is going to have some animals. Something tells me. No, this is where I got my tin. Like, the surface tin I found. I just, like, wandered up the mountain. Back that way. So, yeah, I'll work my way west into the cursed area. And hope that some munchers come my way. Another thing that might be useful is for me to try to strategically find a commodities trader. Because if I'm not mistaken, I haven't found one yet. And a commodities trader will sell fat and lime. And I need fat and lime. So, yeah, Lux trader. I don't even know what kind of trader that was. I think this was the trader that... Yeah, I don't actually recall. Building materials, yeah. So I don't have a commodities trader, but that would be pretty awesome. Find one of those and then spend my gears on commodities that I can't find myself. Because if I want to get steel, the thing I need in high quantities for steel is fire clay, which is not too hard to find, and bauxite, which I know where there is some already, probably enough to make steel, and then quartz, which is, again, not too hard to find, and then iron, which I already have an iron mine. So, if I'm also going to require a little bit of lime to make quicklime to make mortar. Because you need mortar in order to make a steel furnace. So my point is, if I could just buy a little bit of lime from a trader, I don't necessarily have to go about finding it then. I can cut down that search considerably and just buy it from a commodities trader. And I also buy like fat, so I don't have to constantly hunt either. Just food for thought. Oh, that looks like a nasty hole to fall into. Oh, no, it's not that bad. Let's prospect it. With the, like, 0 HP I have left in my shovel. Pretty crummy. But it's one more data point. Huh, turnips. I'm just like a really bad hunter, aren't I? There's like no other viable explanation for the fact that I can't for the life of me find animals. Wandering in the forest, hoping for things to bite me, and just like, I don't get bit. And then when I'm hoping not to get bit, because I like die doing stupid things and I need to make it back to my body, well, guess what? I get absolutely... Oh, hello. Low weight, but you know what? I don't think I care. that you're low weight. Because you can still have some fat. And of course, I knelt down to go into the water. It did have fat, though. Luckily, I carry a backup torch. That was weird. No, don't burn. Oh, God, it burned out so quickly. I should do this not in the rain, but whatever. If I do it quickly, I get it back. I feel like I should have brought my axe, because I'm surrounded by oak. I'll just keep marking them down. At some point, it might make sense to just cut down a whole bunch of oak trees for tannin, and then replant all the seeds that I get as a result of cutting down the trees, and plant them around my base, so it's easier to make leather in the future. Yeah, I'm in like an oak grove here. I won't even mark them all. There's so many. Because if I come back this way at any point, like, especially during the day, it will be easy to spot. Another thing that windmills use a lot of is sticks. So as I'm entering like a stick-dense forest, I should collect them to save myself the effort for the future too. Wow, this is such a giant... I wonder how deep that goes, but that's a lot of fire clay. One thing I didn't do is usually animals spawn in groups. So I found the sow. We can go back and see if it paired up. Yeah, I always keep an extra torch in my inventory for that exact reason, because being in the dark, in the rain, it's very hard to get a light source up and running unless you have a fire starter. Which I don't carry fire starters around with me. Yeah, I haven't spotted anything. Alright, I'll keep moving. I do feel the further west I go, the more likely I am to get attacked. Historically, that has been true. And it will start getting light out soon, so that will make my life a lot easier. Hey, bunny! I can't catch you? Oh, I can. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story, which originally streamed live on Twitch December 28th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in the next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.